Mishnah 17. Rabbi Shimon says, Shalosha Katarim him. There are 3 crowns. Keter Torah, the crown of Torah. Keter Kahuna, the crown of priesthood. V'keter Malchus, and the crown of kingship. V'keter Shem Tov Ola Ol Gabeim. So there's three leadership roles amongst the Jewish people. There's the Sanhedrin, right? The Torah scholar. It's got a crown. It's a position of power, it's a position of kavod, a position of respect. Keter Kahuna. You have a priest, the Kohanim, right? They run the temple. And you have Malchus, the king. Right? He runs civil affairs. Each of those roles is important. Each of those roles is significant, right? You're an important guy. I'm the king. I am the king. Right? I'm the big kahuna. I don't have anything good for the Torah guys, but you have I am the king and the big kahuna. So you should point out, you should be jumping up and down, not you because you haven't been here, and say, wait, it's a list of 3. Well, you could say, wait, there's 4 in the list. But first you say, it's a list of 3. What do we learn about lists of 3? What do we learn about lists of 3? Whenever there's a list of 3 in Pirkei Avos, it's Torah, Avoda, Ugemilas, Hasadim. Right? The world stands on 3 things. Torah, Avoda, Ugemilas, Hasadim. The world is established on 3 things. Torah, Emes, and Shalom. Emes, Din, and Shalom. There are 3 fundamental relationships in life. A relationship with yourself. A relationship with Hashem. And a relationship with people. So on an individual basis, right, we talked in the first Mishnah, what's your tool for connecting to yourself? What's your tool for building yourself? Torah. Torah is Torah Chaim, it's instructions for living. Torah is all about lifting yourself, improving yourself, learning. It's all you. Torah is all you. Totally selfish, totally self-centered. Torah is about changing the nature of who you are. Avoda, serving God, is all about your connection to God. Right? Now again, Torah can be done as avoda. Right? Mitzvahs can be done as avoda. The service in the temple is done as avoda. But avoda is, I'm bending my will to the will of my Creator. I'm working on bringing myself closer to God. Anything that's drawing you closer to God is called avoda. Mitzvot are avoda. The karbanos are avoda. I don't want to go into too much because we've been through a number of mishnahs on this issue. And the last is your connection to people. Gemilas hasadim, the bestowal of kindness upon people. Right? Your fundamental tool for connecting to God is service. But your fundamental tool for connecting to people is do nice things for them. Right? Not yell at them, not teach them Torah. The fundamental connection you have to people is be nice to them. If they need to borrow something, loan it to them. If they need to pick something up, get it. If they need a chair, offer them a chair. If they need a drink of water, give them a drink of water. So whatever your job is to work your way into bestowing kindness on people. Torah, avoda, ugemilas, hasadim. Right? Truth, justice, in the American way. Emes, right? Truth, incorruptibility, right? Din, court of law. Peace, peace. It turns out I always quote that Mishnah. I always say, whenever I do that Mishnah, Emes, Din, and Shalom, I say it's truth, justice, in the American way. I just read an excerpt from a biography. The creators of Superman, who grew up as 2 Jewish boys, they based his motto on our Mishnah. So it's actually true. I've always taught it as if Emes, Din, and Shalom is truth, justice, in the American way. It turns out that they didn't want to say truth, justice, and peace, so they made it truth, justice, in the American way. But they actually were quoting our Mishnah.
Amazing.
So you have 3 relationships. Individually, we talked about the 3 relationships individually, right? Now let's blow it up to the whole civilization. Right? Emes, Din, and Shalom, Torah, Avoda, Gemilas, Hasadim. So who's in charge of Torah? Torah. There's a crown of Torah, the Sanhedrin, the Rebbeim, the teachers. Right? The society has one of the important roles you can fulfill in society is be the teacher. Be the guys, right? The Sanhedrin's job, or their job, is to make sure Torah runs, that people are taught, right? That halacha is communicated, right? That's Torah. The crown of Torah is to pull the role in society. My job in society is to teach Torah. That gives me a keter. A crown is a public thing. A crown is a public acknowledgement of splendor, right? I want to be recognized. I want people to see me as significant. I want my life to be meaningful. So here's a path. Be a purveyor of Torah. Wear the crown of Torah. Let people look at you and say, that's a Torah guy. He's a teacher. He has great, when I sit in Kiddush Club and we're eating whitefish or herring and drinking whiskey, he says things that are true and important and meaningful. When we're friends, he's a Torah guy. People can learn to honor you and respect you and love you because you're a Torah guy. Right? You fill, right, in civilization, that role was filled by the Sanhedrin. Within your group, your friends, your crowd, whatever, you can fill that role. That's one of the roles that, I can be respected because I'm the best basketball shooter. I can be respected because I'm the best mahjong player. Right? He says, be respected because you're the best Torah guy, or a good Torah guy. That's one of the crowns that a person can wear in society. Second is kahuna. So kahuna is avoda. Right? The people who carry the crown of kahuna, the kohanim. Their job, both in the temple and in every town, is to be people who their job is to bring people close to Hashem. Right? Bring karbanos, teach, emulate. Right? Their whole job is to help people do mitzvot and serve God wholeheartedly. My job as a Kohen is to help you figure out how to get closer to Hashem. Right? The first guy is Torah. The second guy is Kohen. Right? So I can be that guy. I can be the guy within our chevra who's good at helping people learn, connect to God. Be spiritual. Do mitzvot. Do, daven better. It's all these things. Anything within in the main society, it was the kohanim, but you can wear that crown. And we all know guys that they're the guys. You know what? When he davens, he just moves me. Right? When he it's not about the intellectual, right? Torah is the intellectual guy. The guy who's giving you the shear. But there's a guy who he just moves you to Hashem. Or when you see him doing mitzvot, it inspires you, right? Or he encourages you to do mitzvot, or he moves you along, right? That's the kahuna guy. And that's a way you can be a respected guy in your community. Third is malchus. So what was the role of king? So think about a British king. The job of a king is he's the head warrior, right? That's really the job of the outside world. Who's the head warrior? He's the king. Right? Military commander-in-chief. That's not the job of a king in a Torah life. Torah, avoda, and gemilas hasadim. We are an unusual upside-down nation. What is the fundamental role of a melech in a Torah civilization? Gemilas hasadim. It's not about war. It's not even about political administration, except for the fact that political administration is a tool for seeing to the needs of people. The job of a king is to make sure that the people in his country are well fed and have good roads and good schools and everything else in their physical lives is taken care of. They have a decent functioning economy and a functioning Federal Reserve and whatever. The job of the malchus is to make sure that the physical needs, right? It can be a free market. Doesn't mean it has to be right? I like free market stuff. We already saw that the Torah is in favor of free market economics. We'll see that actually in the fifth pair. But the idea of malchus, the primary job of a king, is looking after the needs of his society. Physically. Right? He's the gemilas hasadim guy. So you could be that guy. You could be the guy that, amongst your friends and your society, everyone looks at you and they recognize you're the guy. You're the power guy. You're the guy who gets things done. You're the guy who makes sure that things are happening. Right? You're looking after your friends. You're taking care of people's needs. Whatever. Right? You're the chesed guy. Right? But in a very practical way. Those are the three crowns. Three places that a human being. You see people who go out are trying to become popular. Crazy people try to become famous through craziness. They try to become leaders in their community through craziness. But amongst our crowd, the good stuff, these are the three. So then he comes and says, those are three very effective ways, right, to become significant and meaningful, to wear a crown, to be recognized as a leader, right, to be recognized as significant and meaningful. But he says, Keter Shem Tov, Ola Al Gabehan. It's the same way that the students of Yochanan ben Zakkai, and they each came to say, what's the best thing a person should pursue in life? And finally, his student, Lazar Ben Arachs comes and says, a good heart. Mm-hmm. So here in our Mishnah, he says, Keter Shem Tov, the crown of a good name comes above them all. That to be a mensch, to be a good guy, right? You may not be the best teacher anyone's ever seen. You may not be the best davener anyone's ever seen. But you want people to see your life as significant and meaningful and valuable, and that they're happy to have been part of your life and have had you part of their life. Have a good name. Be honest and upstanding and diligent. You're a little bit, right? Be a good guy. That's what you want for your kids. That's what we want for you. Your parents look at you and it's like they are would rather have you be a really, really good guy, even if you're not the best, biomed researcher or the best lawyer or the richest guy. If you had a choice, your kid's going to grow up, your daughter's going to marry the richest, most successful guy you've ever seen, who's an absolute jerk, or she's going to marry a guy who's moderately successful. They're not going to starve. But he is just such a wonderful, nice human being, giving and helpful. And which would you rather have raising your grandkids? Right? A crown, the guys you respect. Right? The guys who you want to write, you want to be part of their lives. The guy with a great name. So he says, figure out where you fit in life, but in this public sphere, you're either meeting Torah or Avoda or Gemilas Hasadim. But whichever path you take, whatever mix you take, the ultimate crown of a person is to have a good name. Honest, straightforward, Yashar guy. So that's our mission.